Hello, this is Juan Carlos Paguay. Today I'm gonna be talking about what plagiarism is. First of all, I want to provide my ID. This is my ID. So to start and talking about the plagiarisms, I want you guys provide my definition. Why I understand about plagiarism. So in my own words, I can understand that plagiarism is using someone else's work, information as my own. So without clearly crediting where the information come from. This is I can understand about what the plagiarism is. So, but here we have also the seven type of plagiarism. The first one it calls copy and paste. I think this is a common plagiarism. The characteristic in is simple. So here we can just copy and paste information from another sources and another researches. So yeah, as we can see here, uh, this is the plagiarism version. This is the correct version. Here we can see what's the correct here. Here they use the information, but they don't mention the author here. So this is the plagiarism. This is called plagiarism. Please guys, be careful if you use information that you found it on the internet. You have to cite it. You have to provide the information about the author, where the information come from, right? Okay, so next it calls self plagiarism. So this means turn in a paper you already submitted for a grade to another class. The characteristic of this type of plagiarism is to reuse information many times as you can from your previous researcher or assignment that you present already, right? So this is the example of what I'm talking about. For example, this is our original text. This is a plagiarism. So what I did here, what they did here, they in the original text they just changed it in the plagiarism. Instead of the process, they used looking. So this is the example of self plagiarism, reusing um, the phrases or ideas. Uh, so the next it calls collusion. So collusion it means unauthorized collaboration of students or other on a piece of work, right? So this it means if you have a group of students or classmates that you are doing research. If the person or the students that is not like in your group is providing information, so it's your responsibility in to ensure that you are full clear about the scope or permit collaboration and which, right? So for example, this is an acceptable practice, as you can see here, talking about books or lectures with another student. This is a permit, but unacceptable collusion is writing essay structure with another student for work that is submitted individually. For example, if the research is individually, you cannot share with another student your knowledge about the topic, right? So the next it calls cloning, right? The cloning it means using a friend's paper from a previous class, or in other cases downloading a paper you found online and claim like it is yours own. So this is the typically um, um, that happen in students, right? So for example, here the example is cloning, right? Using or presenting or the same information. As you can see here, this is an original text. This is a plagiarism. Using the same words, the same phrases, the same ideas. So this is called plagiarism. Okay, this is about topic. So next it calls mosaic. So mosaic, this happen when students borrow phrases from a source without using quotation marks or find synonyms for the author, right? So here, for example, as we can see it here in original text, they use a quotation, but they using a synonym from for the ideas that author provided in this case. For example, the author provide like this is his idea, but what they did here in plagiarism, they use it as synonym, right? So this is another typically plagiarism, reusing or changing the ideas from the author, changing with synonyms. So this is um, um, another remix, right? The another type of plagiarism. It calls remix, right? So this occurs when students or people collect from various sources and mix all together as a single document. For example, if my research is about gamification on the classroom, so what I do first is I go to online, I go to internet, and I found relevant information. What I did is just copy the relevant information and put in words, and I go to another books, another researches, and I copy again the same information, the relevant information, and I put on the in the word. And what I do here is just like making a single document. So this is a remix. So as we can see here, this is an example of the remix, right? So but the next, it calls find and replace. The find and replace, it means changing the most common keywords, right? The phrases in the copy content. In my opinion, I think this is the king of the plagiarism, because students in the classroom, when the teacher um, give to the student to work in the research, what they do is they just like go to online, they investigate about the topic, they copy the whole document, the whole information, but what they do is they just change the keywords or phrases or using a synonyms for it. So I think this is the common this is called, in my opinion, the king of plagiarism. So this is an example of a plagiarism find and replace. This is original versions, but here what they do, just change the keywords as I mentioned before, right? So, but how we can avoid or prevent the plagiarism is that fundamental knowledge that we acquired previously studied, right? For example, we cannot forget to the citations. If we copy any information from the another books, resources, or research, we have to be focused on it. We have to be working on it to be citations in the correct way, right? So another um, another option where we can avoid plagiarism is to use a quotation marks, right? We don't have to forget if we use ideas from the author about the research, we have to mention it about the author, where the information come from, right? And another um, idea how we can avoid it is to, if we have a research paper, we have to use online detector. We can use Grammarly. um, we can use to prevent if our work have, or if our research paper has plagiarism. We can use it, all those academic sources in about plagiarism, right? And I think this is the all about the plagiarism is. Thank you so much for watching.